Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Abdullah Khan, and inshallah today we will be covering our part 3 of our history series. In the first two parts we covered the conquest of Iraq and the conquest of Syria, including the conquest of Persia as well. Today we'll be covering the conquests of both Egypt and the North Africa region. So the conquest of Egypt, also before that actually I'll show you guys the reference that we're using if any of you guys want to check it out. It's the Atlas of Islamic Conquest, which you can find in Darussalam. So coming back to the topic at hand, the conquest of Egypt, it was conquered by Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anh during the time of Umar radiallahu anh, the second Caliph of Islam. Now Umar radiallahu anh, originally he did not want to conquer Egypt, and hence he even sent a letter to Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anh, commanding him not to conquer Egypt. However, Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anh, he really wanted to conquer Egypt, and he realized this letter might contain orders telling him not to do so. So what he did is that he simply did not open the letter until he actually conquered Egypt. So if he was told not to conquer, it would be after he'd done conquering it. Egypt, it wasn't something that was necessarily hard for the Muslims to conquer, but there were some battles that were not the most easiest. And for example, there's the Battle of Ain Shams. This city was conquered, but then later on there were some cities and some areas that were a bit harder. The walls were much more better built and a bit more harder to conquer. However, in the end, Amr ibn al-As he was able to conquer Egypt, and later on during the time after some time, so it was conquered during the time of Umar radiallahu anh. During the time of Uthman radiallahu anh, there was some expeditions to Sudan, to North Africa. However, the full Maghrib region wasn't conquered, although it still had been to some extent to modern day Libya, Tunisia. To these areas the conquest had been done. However, then during the time of Ali radiallahu anh, what had happened is there's a civil war took place, which is called as the Fitna, and because of that the Islamic world was divided and further conquest didn't really take place. Where Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anh, he became the caliph, or he became the ruler or governor of the Egypt and the northern African area. Muawiyah radiallahu anh became the caliph of Sham, or the ruler, and Ali radiallahu anh became the ruler of the remaining Muslim world. Later on, after Ali radiallahu anh, he died, and Hassan radiallahu anh gave the caliphate to Muawiyah. The conquest of northern Africa was resumed once again, where they fought with the Berber tribes of northern Africa, and later on they would reach the west coast of northern Africa, known as Morocco today, which is it was also called Maghrib. So inshallah, that's where we're going to keep it till today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.